Thank you. Okay, the Historical Review Commission for March 14, 2024 will now come to order. Mrs. Blankenhorn, will you please call the roll?
Mayor Starr.
Here.
Mr. Salyers.
Here.
Mrs. Ellsworth.
Here.
Mrs. Filkins.
Here.
Mr. Hawkins.
Here.
Ms. Poland.
Here.
Mr. Swallow.
Here.
Mr. Deal. Mr. West. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Commission members, you saw in your packets the meeting minutes from December 14th, 2023. Are there any additions or corrections to those meeting minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded for the approval of the meeting minutes. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Okay, they are approved. We have one item up for discussion today. Mrs. Blankenhorn, will you please review that with us, and we'll start the discussion on that.
2024 HRC 01, a certificate of appropriateness for 117 East High Street.
Thank you. And who is presenting to present this project? If you will come up and state your name, and there is a statement that we would like you to read.
Great.
We'll turn the floor over to you.
Great. My name is Matthew Teisman. I'm with MKC Architects. And, okay, there we go. My address is 6611 Hillmar Court, Westerville, Ohio. I affirm that my testimony is truthful to the best of my knowledge and ability, so help me God, or under penalty of perjury.
Thank you. The floor is yours.
So the Knox County Commissioners are looking to improve the north, which is the rear entry to 117 East High Street, which is the service building for the county. We were approached and hired by them to provide a new entrance at that location. This rear entrance is the main entry used by most of the employees and the public who access the building, and it is currently the only accessible entrance to the building. We were approached to create a new vestibule and lobby that improves that sequencing, allows for more accessibility and access to the building, and also makes it cover the loading dock there as well. So the proposed entrance addition serves to signify and improve this building entrance, including new lighting fixtures and improved signage. As part of this addition, the project also includes a renovation to the existing building facade at that location. The existing material is a yellow brick. The brick would be clad with metal panels to match the proposed addition and the nearby Board of Elections building that was renovated in 2019 across the street. The current north entrance is connected to a network of parking lots serving as the primary entry for employees and the public. Existing conditions, however, cause a disconnect between access and entry, and the ground is sloping toward the building at that location, causing water damage and maintenance challenges for the commission and the county. The new storefront entrance is covered from the overall building mass and will feature a stone finish. And the design is inspired by the history of the founding of Mount Vernon and the natural vernacular stone deposits of the glaciated Allegheny Plateau to create the ground on which Mount Vernon rests today, and that's what you can see there. An emphasis was placed on designing an entry that differentiates and dignifies itself through form, while also drawing inspiration from the historic nature of Mount Vernon. The exterior metal panels match the nearby Knox County Board of Elections building by the request of the commissioners and define a cohesive, updated look to the building's commonly used entry point and surrounding county campus. The conjoined loading dock enclosure includes a new overhead door, which will match adjacent overhead doors on the vehicle service building just to the left of that image, reinforcing consistency on the northeast portion of the site. So speaking kind of plainly, we're looking for a rear addition to the building that has a new lobby. It's an addition. It's not meant to be historic preservation of that facade, and as such, we've differentiated it from the architecture of the building, and we are recladding just the rear component inside that courtyard to provide a little bit of cohesion and protection from the water.
Okay. Any questions, Mr. Teisman? Okay, if you will hang out for a little bit, I will go through the process here, and then may call you back up to handle any questions.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Okay, is there anybody else who is here today who would like to speak on behalf of this project? Is there anyone who would like to speak out against this project? Is there anyone who would like to speak in general about this project? Okay, Mrs. Blankenhorn, have you heard any communications, either written or verbal, with regard to the proposal?
I did not receive anything.
Okay, Mr. Bourne, do you see any concerns? No. Mr. Ball, do you see any engineering concerns?
I mean, I'm not commenting on any type of building design. There's no issues as far as utilities in the way or the infrastructure negatively affected.
Okay. Given that, then the commission will entertain a motion to accept the certificate of authenticity.
Appropriate.
Appropriateness, thank you. Certificate of appropriateness for 117 East High Street.
Appropriate.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded for the approval of the certificate of appropriateness. Any discussion? Please call.
Mayor Starr.
Yes.
Mr. Salyers.
Yes.
Mrs. Ellsworth.
Yes.
Mrs. Wilkins.
Yes.
Mr. Hawkins.
Yes.
Ms. Poland.
Yes.
Mr. Swallow.
Yes.
It is approved. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay. Is there any other business for HRC before we momentarily adjourn and move into commission? Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a motion to adjourn then?
So moved.
We got one second over here. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We are adjourned. We will momentarily break for the Municipal Planning Commission to take place next. Thank you. Planning Commission for March 14th, 2024 will now come to order. Mrs. Blankenhorn, will you please call the order?
Mayor Starr.
Here.
Mr. Salyers.
Here.
Mrs. Ellsworth.
Here.
Mr. Hawkins.
Here.
Mr. Swallow.
Here.
Mr. Deal. Mr. West. We have a quorum.
We are in session. One of the things that I always do as I read this statement before each Municipal Planning Commission meeting, and I want to take the time to do that again. As a reminder to all here today, the purpose of the Municipal Planning Commission is to balance the public good with the private property rights and interests. Also, the Commission carries out all other powers and duties conferred upon it by the City of Mount Vernon's zoning ordinance or other city ordinances and the laws of the State of Ohio. This is a public meeting, and there are rules of decorum that we follow. We're committed to the democratic process, individual rights of expression, robust debate, and tolerance for different viewpoints. The following general rules of civility are expected, including addressing others in a respectful manner, no insulting, personal attacks, intimidating, or offensive communications, no harassment, no willful destruction of or damage of property, and no disruptive behavior. Please silence all of your cell phones at this time and refrain from private conversations during the meeting. If you need to come and go throughout the meeting, please do so in the least disruptive manner possible. If you are going to be offering public comment today, you must first be sworn in by reading the statement at the lectern, and we ask that you keep your comments to 4 minutes to do so. Again, the purpose of this commission is to oversee that the law is followed and planning concurs within which the spirit of those laws and regulations have been adopted by the City of Mount Vernon and State of Ohio. So with that, commission members, you saw the meeting minutes from February 8th in your packet. Were there any additions or corrections to them?
I move for approval. Second.
It's been moved and seconded for the approval of the meeting minutes from February 8th. Any discussion? Then all those in favor of approval, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? They are approved. We have 3 items of business for this afternoon's meeting, and Mrs. Blankenhorn, I would like you to just read the first one, and we will get started on that one.
2024 MPC 03, Upper Gilchrist Road, parcel number 71-00050.000, a comprehensive development plan.
Thank you. Who is speaking on behalf of this? If you'll please come forward, state your name, address, and read the statement there, that would be great.
Good afternoon. Patrick Mackey. My address is 811 South Street, North Canton, Ohio, 44720. I affirm that my testimony is truthful to God or under penalty of perjury.
Welcome. Thank you,
Thank
Patrick.
you. Appreciate it. So I'm here today to follow up on our presentation from February 8th, in which we presented a comprehensive development now Founders Grove, an age-targeted community comprising 156 units. I acknowledge that our previous submission lacked certain details required to align with the City of Mount Vernon's comprehensive development plans. However, I believe the submission you have before you, specifically our preliminary plat, now encompasses all the necessary elements. Following my remarks, John Walsh with GBC Design will provide a comprehensive view of the plans. Additionally, during the discussion on February 8th, there were inquiries raised during the last meeting about property management and other related matters. Before handing the floor over to John, I'd like to take a moment to address some of those concerns. Our project will unfold in 2 phases. The first phase will see the construction of 19 buildings encompassing 86 out of the planned 156 units, alongside the development of our community clubhouse. Sidewalks. In addition to the planned walking path, our community will feature a 3-foot striped lane on the asphalt. I've taken note of the concerns voiced by Councilmember James Mahon and the director. However, I believe it's important to emphasize that this design adheres to the ADA guidelines. Our community, unlike a subdivision, does not have private roads, but rather driveways. Street name. As per Knox County official roads will be dedicated within our community. The streets are classified as access roads, and only one physical address will be assigned. Property management. Brookwood Management, our affiliated organization, will take on this role as discussed at last meeting.
What was that again?
Brookwood Management.
Thank you.
Will handle general management tasks such as leasing, rent collection, and lease compliance, as well as overseeing property compliance, maintenance, and implementing capital improvements. Trash pickup. Similar to Colonial Woods and Gilchrist Village condos south across the street from us, our community will have individual trash pickup. The layout of the community is nearly one large loop, so it makes handling individual pickup easy. Residential lease agreements. Brookwood's residential lease agreements matters, including prohibited items such as boats, motor vehicles. Violating the terms of the lease agreement may lead to the termination of the lease. However, as demonstrated by a resident at our Danbury Mount Vernon campus, the veteran and retired police officer helps coordinate